So I'll just record the class. We need to do the flag salute, so go ahead and stand for the flag salute.
My legs hurt from yesterday. I can't sit
Oh.
high. I can't stand up.
That's my feet.
Okay, ready? Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good job. Page 37.
Wait, on.
She wasn't thinking.
39.
37 first. You gotta do the lesson first. So page 37.
The lesson.
You guys already know about the subject opener and the prepositional opener, and now we're gonna talk about the adverb opener. Woohoo! Thank you, Ellie. The ly adverb opener is probably the easiest one because it has an ly, so it's easy to see that. And you're gonna mark it with a 3 with a circle around it. Don't go ahead. Okay. The two examples here, surprisingly, Robin approached the town, and confidently, Robin approached the town. Notice one of them has a comma and the other one does not. And here's why. Come on in, Nico.
Sorry, I'm late.
That's okay.
There's traffic.
It's okay.
I was late.
Glad you're here.
because- I was late because I was eating lunch and my mom was asleep, so I was playing video games and eating, and she never woke me up. And then it was finally like,
Time to go.
time to go, and like, it was like,
Uh-oh.
it was 1:28, and I was like, oh no.
I saw that a couple of you bringing your scissors. You don't need to bring those anymore. I want you to cut them out ahead of time next time. It's okay, you have them today.
I did.
But try to cut them out ahead of class, okay,
I
next time.
did.
So that we
I
don't
cut
do that.
out.
So you don't need to bring the scissors.
I always bring my scissors.
All right, the two examples, we're on page 37, Nico. One of them, the ly adverb modifies the whole sentence. The other one only modifies the verb. So look at the first example. Surprisingly, Robin approached the town. If I use this sentence frame, it was blank that blank, I can say it was surprising that Robin approached the town. That makes sense, right? It's modifying the whole sentence.
He took my pen.
So you need a comma. So right after that first example, where it says surprisingly Robin approached the town, next to that, I want you to write this little test. It was blank that blank. So right next to that sentence that says surprisingly, comma, Robin approached the town, put it was blank that blank. That's your test. Okay, I'm gonna put test here. And if that works, it was blank that blank, it was surprising that Robin approached the town, then you need, I'm gonna put in parentheses, need, comma. Oops, 2 M's, not 1. So if that works, you need a comma, surprisingly, comma. But look at the second example. It says confidently, Robin approached the town. But if I say it was confident that Robin approached the town, that doesn't really make sense. That's because that word confidently is modifying the verb only. The verb is approached. It's telling how he approached. Does that make sense? Confidently, right?
No, that's boldly. Yeah.
Well, same, probably kind of as boldly. So that's your test to see if you need a comma or not with that kind of opener. And that's what the next section says, where it says comma. I just went over that, so we can skip that part. Go down where it says numbers. If the number can be expressed in 1 or 2 words, like 12 or 100, you write it out with words, okay? If it's a date like 2024, you're going to use numbers, actual numbers for that. So anytime you have a number in a sentence that can be written in 1 or 2 words, you're going to write it out. Does that make sense? So also here it says spell out ordinal numbers like first, second, third, fourth. Those are always spelled out. In our notes, when we do a KWO, we might use like a 1 ST for first, right? But when you're writing it, you need to write it out. So they're gonna make mistakes on purpose just for you.
Yay!
And you're gonna draw a line through it, like the number 9 here, it says Robin had 9 arrows in his quiver. Just draw a line through 9 and then write 9 on top of that. And that's it for that.
Wait, we're not
9.
allowed to write, we're not allowed to write numbers?
And when you're writing in your papers or in this grammar book,
You can't do.
don't use numbers. You can on your keyword outline.
I always write numbers.
Nine. Look, you can do that.
By the way, some of you did, I think, I don't know. But I remember correcting a bunch of papers at 5 o'clock this morning, and I think it was some of yours.
5:30.
Yeah, I was like with my coffee, like. Anyway.
Hopefully, they didn't get some of them wrong.
Yeah, so if I did something wrong, I'm sorry, I wasn't awake yet. But I put notes pretty much on everybody's stuff, so make sure you read those. If
I
you,
can check them.
if you need help finding my notes, because I'll put notes in the comment part, but then I'll also make comments on your actual paper. So some of you that handwrite your papers, there's a way to find my notes there, so if you need to know how, let me know. If you type it, it's easier to find my comments throughout that, so, okay.
I
If
just
you're
don't like
confused, let me
typing.
know.
I can type, but I just still like writing.
I wrote,
I really want you to type it.
it took me an hour.
It's like 1,000 times better. if you type
It took, I think it's quicker doing writing it because I
Really?
I wrote one paragraph
Mhm.
and I typed it and it took me like an hour and
Probably because you're going like this, huh?
I can
Looking for every letter.
and it took me like 10 minutes to do 3 paragraphs writing it.
So you can still write it, but I want you to start learning how to type,
Yeah,
because
my
like,
mom's put
I
me
haven't,
in,
good, because when you learn, those of you who know how, it's fast, huh?
Mhm.
So much faster.
No, it's a program, not a class.
So much better. Okay, on the back of that page, I'm on 38 now. This is, think about it. So basically it says, according to the verb definition, there are 3 categories of verbs: action, linking, and helping. You guys know those.
Yeah.
When you have 2 together, it's called a verb phrase. When you have 2 together, it's called a verb phrase. So let's look at the examples here. It says action, Robin shot an arrow. What's the verb in that sentence? Shot. That's the action verb. How about the next one where it says linking, Robin felt upset? Which one is the linking? Felt. Because remember the 5 senses are also linking verbs. The next one, helping plus action, says Robin had shot an arrow. What are the 2 verbs next to each other? Had shot, good. That's a phrase, that's a verb phrase. And then the last example, Robin did feel upset. Another verb phrase, so when you see them together, you don't have to do anything different, know that it's there. You're still gonna mark them with V's, okay? And then you have this handy dandy list of linking and helping verbs right here for you. In case you need that.
I don't know.
Any questions about any of that so far? Okay,
And helping verbs and linking verbs are almost the same.
almost the same, yes. Hi, Simeon.
There's just a couple of ones that are different.
We're on page 39. On the practice, does anybody feel like reading it today? The practice?
Like the
Page.
first row is the same, but the second and the third are.
Who's not here? Oh, yeah, she's the one that always reads it, huh? Okay, thank you, Ellie.
Fearfully, Robin Hood escaped the Sherwood Forest. He was an outlaw on 2 accounts and could not return home.
Good. Accounts is our vocabulary word.
And there's a number.
And there's our number 2. We gotta fix that. Accounts is basically reasons, like 2 reasons, but go ahead and fix that too, because I'm sure it's bugging you. Just draw a line through it. TWO on top of it. Yeah. Put a check by vocabulary
No,
too,
don't put a
because
line
we
through it.
fixed
This.
that, or we fixed that. We know what the vocabulary word is. And then we need only 1 article. Where's the 1 article? You guys see it? And, good. Not and, but just an.
Yeah.
And 4 nouns, miles. Where are the 4 nouns? Oh, before you tell me, I'm gonna tell you there's a weird one in here. Home is not a noun in this sentence. Let me explain that really quick before you tell me the other nouns. Miles. Do you see how it says return home? Return is a verb and it's telling where he's returning to, so that makes it an adverb.
That doesn't.
It's weird, right? That's why I told you it was weird. This is English for you.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can put a V on top of return and an ADV on top of home, just to remind yourself later when you get to that part. Now that I said that, Miles, where are the 4 nouns?
Robin Hood,
Robin Hood, so we'll do like a bracket on that,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
is it Sherwood Forest?
Yes, so another bracket there,
Outlaw,
yes.
and
It's another weird one.
Account?
accounts.
It is accounts, yes, yes, because that is a prepositional phrase on 2 accounts, just giving you a heads up on that. Yes, you're welcome. That's one of them. Pronoun, Ether, where's the pronoun? He, that was easy. Adjective, Nico,
Wait, which one was the?
pronoun is he.
What was it?
Adjective,
Escape?
nope, that's gonna be a verb. So look at the nouns, there's accounts. What tells you more about the accounts, like how many? That's big blue, yes. So anytime you see a number, or how many, if it answers how many, that's a adjective. And you guys already fixed that, put TWO, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then Lexi, adverbs, I gave you one, home, fearfully, good. The last one is, do you know what it is? No, it's not.
Wait, oh, are we doing adjectives?
Adverbs.
Adverbs? Oh, yeah.
ADV, so we've got home as an adverb,
And fear.
and fearfully is an adverb, and also the word not.
Escape?
It's not.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
Not is an adverb.
It's bad, no.
Telling a little bit more about the verb return, not return. Okay,
Conjunction.
coordinating conjunction, Ellie?
Yeah.
And, good, that was easy. And Simeon, I'm gonna skip prepositional phrases and jump to
Why?
subject verb, because for me, it's easier. I don't know if anybody else feels that way.
I did.
So verbs, Simeon, where are the verbs at?
The verb, return.
Good, returned. Or return, yeah.
Account.
Nope, that one's a noun.
Escaped.
Escape.
Your friends are wanting to help you. Yes, escaped. And there's one more that's like a linking verb. Ether.
Was.
That is also true, was. And somebody else said the other one.
Could.
Yes.
Yeah, we see could.
Simeon, you got it easy.
copied
Everybody
me.
helped you in
You
here.
copied me. You copied
Was
me.
and could, those are also verbs. Those are linking verbs. Okay. Subject.
We do.
There's 2 subjects,
Robin Hood and accounts.
not accounts. Robin Hood is correct, yes, in that first
So
one.
Sherwood.
No. Look where the period is after forest, so it has to be in the second sentence.
Outlaw.
Who was an outlaw? He. He is the subject in the second sentence. So Robin Hood is the first one, and then he is the second one. Openers, Owen, what's the first opener? Don't tell him.
Do like.
I already know.
What is it?
Fearfully.
What number is it? Don't tell him.
Oh, come on.
It's a 1.
Just
It
look
is
at-
not a
just look
1.
at my paper.
It is not a 2.
Look at my paper.
It's a 3.
We just talked about it, Owen. Hello.
Look at my
I don't
paper.
like them.
So look at
Never.
1 is what? What opener is a 1?
Subject.
Subject. What is a 2?
Preposition.
So that's right. What is a 3?
I don't know.
Oh, you came in late. We just learned it before you came in. LY adverb. So this is a number 3, circle of the 3, and write LY adverb next to it. That's the opener, number 3.
Wait,
I think
I
I
don't
got the
remember.
second. I got the second.
Oh my goodness. We
I
just
wasn't paying attention.
when?
today.
Today.
No, I
2
was,
seconds ago.
I was late.
Not that late. No,
Not
you
that
weren't.
No.
You heard it.
Start at the paper.
Nice try. We talked about it last week too, the other two openers. Anyway, it's a number 3 ly adverb, and then
Number two,
John,
He, I think.
he, and what number is
I
that?
said number 2.
No.
Wait, well, yeah. It's a prep,
What kind of an opener is it?
It's one pronoun.
It's a one.
Pronoun, no.
Subject.
Subject, and Nico had it back there too, and I think Nora had it too.
Fine.
One
This is it.
subject.
Got it.
That's the opener that starts with he. Okay, because that is the subject of the sentence.
Okay, now capital.
Prepositional phrases.
Oh, yeah.
We have one of them I gave away, but
On.
go ahead.
On
Nora.
to accounts.
On to accounts. What's the other one? To Sherwood Forest.
You
Yeah,
said
I already
Sherlock forward.
Oh, yeah. Sherlock.
Sherwood. To Sherwood
Sherlock
Forest.
Forest.
You guys got all that? I know we're going
Yes.
kind of fast. Okay,
Probably.
okay. Okay, just want to make sure you got it.
Okay.
6 capitals. Anybody want to tell us the capitals? You can just say them. Go ahead and just say them.
Robin Hood, Sherwood, Fresh Boys.
Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4,
I have
5,
a comments.
And fearful.
and fearfully.
Okay, so
Comments.
fearfully, Robin Hood.
Sherwood Forest, he. And mark is a period. Easy.
Comment.
What's the comma rule? Anybody know the comma that, do we put it in or take it out?
Take it out, cause there's an and.
Because there's an and, but how many things are they listing?
What?
He was an outlaw and he could not return home. So since there's only 2 things that he did, no comma. So do the little swirly thingy. And you already fixed the number, and some of you are already putting away your grammar book, so you're like done with that.
Yeah.
No, except for we have to do.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right there.
Do that for women.
Okie dokie. Anybody want to read their paper that they wrote?
What?
No.
What paper?
I can't.
I don't know where my paper is.
My mom's kid.
I don't have.
Some of you type it, maybe if you didn't print it, but if you ever want to share it with the class, print it.
I
can read
read
my
the Spanish one.
I can read my last one.
The Boston Massacre. No.
Oh, I
Anybody want to read that one?
No.
Boston Massacre?
Wait, let me find it so I can.
If you don't have it, that's okay. A lot of you type it.
I don't have my box.
Wait, oh,
That's where I left it.
Oh, it's
Or
good.
it's in the other one.
Oh, do you have
Or
it?
it's in here.
Yes, I
Your finished stuff goes in your extra binder that you
with
have.
the shop. I think it's.
It's either
Is
in
this
here.
the one?
But if you do it on the computer, you can just leave it on the computer.
Yes, this is the, I'll read it.
You want to read
I'm
yours?
on the right one.
Yeah, this is the one.
All right, Owen's gonna read his. Go for it.
It was a cold and dark night in Boston in 1770. Get off of there.
All right, calm down.
And Private
Okay.
Hugh White was a deadly redcoat. He was standing guard against the the Patriots.
Puritans.
It's not the
No, John, stop.
Private White was watching anxiously for Patriots. A teen came and hurled insults at White. Private White insisted that he be respectful or he would hit him.
Or else.
He did not stop and White hit him with the back of his gun. And then the Patriots shouted, kill him, kill him. White calls for backup because he was all alone with Patriots surrounding him. And Captain Preston arrived with with the soldiers with thousands of soldiers.
Can't read the same, right?
You can truly.
Not that.
The my mom erased it bad.
Uh-oh.
The map.
Thing.
Mom.
Through?
The mob threw
Oh.
sticks and stones and blocks of ice at the redcoats. And the redcoats spit and dared to fire. One of the redcoats got hit with a block of ice and his gun shot. everyone panicked with all the open fire. One of the patriots died and caused more trouble.
Good. Yeah, more than one, but let's clap for him. That was good. Just that last little bit. That was good. So it was more than one, but you can fix that.
More than one.
That died. There's like 5 that
It
died.
says 5 of the men who hated that.
Yeah,
Well,
but you can change that later.
No, I'm not. I meant to write one. I knew that there were 5. I meant to write one.
Oh, okay.
Because I was focusing on the one.
You were focusing on
It was the
that.
person like what they that started it kind of.
Maybe,
They
yeah, the
got
first
hit.
one.
Focusing on.
The first one. Let's turn to page 64, which is the Boston Tea Party. So we just had the Boston Massacre, and now that's gonna lead into the Boston Tea Party.
I hate tea
Which
parties.
is ironic because it's definitely not a party.
No, it's tea
We're
party.
growing tea and the.
You guys have heard about that event, Boston Tea Party,
Yes.
where they throw the overboard? and-
I have no. Did I say?
Page 64, we're gonna start by reading it, and then we're gonna talk about the keyword outline and start working on that. On a cold December evening in 1773, when did we become a nation again?
1776.
Ah, we're getting closer, 1770. So 1773, ships were bobbing quietly in the harbor of Boston. The streets were crowded with people. 10-year-old Paul was among them. He was there because his older brother, Peter, sounds like the Bible for a second there, had told him that he would see something exciting. Keep your eyes on those 3 British ships filled with tea, he had advised. Peter was a member of the Sons of Liberty. What are they planning to do? Paul couldn't wait to see. Paul knew the colonists refused to buy tea on the ships because England was charging a tax on it. The colonists did not believe England had the right to tax them. They had told the king to take the tea back, but the royal governor of Boston would not let the ships sail back to England. The king's orders must be obeyed, and the tea must be unloaded by December 17th. He had said. Now it is December 16th. Suddenly the crowd began to stir. This sounds familiar. The crowd just kind of just builds in anger, I guess, and like a mob, like you guys said. Almost 100 Indians carrying axes cut through the crowd. As they passed, it almost sounds like they cut people, but I think it just means they pushed through. Yeah.
They cut the crowd.
Well, that kind of threw me off because they're carrying axes and then they cut through the crowd. I'm like, ooh, that does not sound good.
Yeah, I already changed that
That
word.
does not sound good. Yeah, bad wordplay, exactly. I just had a visual too. I was like, oh, this is really bad. Okay.
I'll do something different.
As they passed, Paul saw that they were not Indians at all. They were the Sons of Liberty, dressed like Indians. Their faces were rubbed with soot, which is like black from a fire. Yeah, it's kind of like sticky black stuff, and painted with red and blue stripes. Peter winked at him as they passed. Paul watched as they boarded the ships. Then came whack, whack, whack. The Indians
Supposed to go slow. Whack, whack, whack.
chopping open the wooden chest. So they're not chopping people. Okay, so we can just
Okay,
calm
good.
down. We're done with the massacre. We're moving on to, okay.
Just be quiet. John.
Chopping open the wooden chest in the moonlight, the crowd watched for 3 hours as over 340 smashed boxes of tea went into the ocean. The scent of tea filled the night air. Cheers, broke out, and the crowd began to chant, "Rally, Indians, bring your axes and tell King George we'll pay no taxes." Hey, kind of rhymes right there. Paul knew King George would understand this message. Okay, and then at the very bottom, it has a little mechanics note. Use hyphens when an age comes in front of a noun, like 10-year-old Paul. Do not use hyphens when the age is after the noun, like Paul was 10 years old. That's just a note for you to know.
Your turn.
So the party was not, I didn't hear about any party hats or pizza or cake or anything like that. Like, we don't.
Well, maybe this was a better type. So
It
can we
was-
just drink the ocean?
I don't think so,
You
but
can't drink salt water.
I don't-
You can.
It'll be
Yeah.
salty, it'll be salty.
It'll get you.
smelled good, but I don't think it tasted.
It'll get you sick if you drink salt.
Probably.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
saltwater tea.
Yeah.
I've
It's salt.
been
That doesn't sound good.
I've been sick because I drank salt water from the ocean.
Oh, there you go.
It
Yeah,
just
your
tastes
stomach goes,
good.
nope,
It just
I don't
tastes-
want that. Um, so tea is normally made with hot water too, right? Cause then you like, yeah.
Salt water
You can
cold.
pour it onto ice later, but okay. So that's the party. That sounds like
Fun
an
party.
interesting one.
It sounds
Fun
fun,
party.
with Indians cutting through the crowd.
We can make our own version of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Where's my pen? Where's my pen?
All right, on the keyword outline, let's start working on that. On that page where you have your keyword outline, you've got your Roman numeral one. Oh, by the way, this is a story sequence chart, right? So we've got characters and setting as the first one.
He won't give me my pen.
It's my pen, actually.
No, it's not. Give it to me, John.
Whose pen is it?
It's mine.
It's mine.
It's
John,
mine.
so John gave it to Owen.
Yeah, he said
It's
I
one
can
of John's erasable pens.
It was called borrowing, Miss Jones.
borrow.
It's called I'll let you borrow.
All right, so we've got these. The first one, I did a terrible job lining that up.
Amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Anyway,
Woohoo.
It looks like this.
Yeah, it looks.
Perfectly.
It does. It literally looks.
Why do you need to make a paper? You can just.
I don't know. I just do out of habit.
Like, put it all the way.
All right. The first box, and I talked about Kung Fu Panda, that's always my reference for this, but introducing the characters and setting is usually what we do first when we're rewriting a story like this. So, talking about the characters and the setting, let's talk about the setting. You guys did really good describing the setting in your papers. Remember how we kind of practiced that a little bit, like it's a cold and dark night, and what kind of a setting are we in here? It's cold. And we're at the harbor.
It was a dark and
So
tea
you can
smelled
see-
mine. Tea smelled.
Not at the beginning, it didn't smell like tea though, huh?
It was a very cold morning.
Where are they though?
Area in Boston.
Boston, let's
It's
put
a-
that. That's near New York, right? That is on the other side of the
Yeah,
United
my
States. What year was it?
1776.
Okay, what month was it? December,
DC.
cold,
DC for a while.
DEC, that's how you would abbreviate December. And
My sister's born on.
it says
December.
evening, we could put
September.
Eve.
Eve.
December.
December Eve?
No, Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
I didn't say Christmas, but
You did by
It's
Eve.
December 16th.
Wow.
The day Owen was born.
that's right, December 16th. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's her birthday, but way after.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
otherwise she'd be like 500 years old.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe not, that. She'd be like,
It's only like 6.
yeah,
Esmond.
okay. Oh, is that your sister? Oh, because there's also an Olivia Glover. I thought you were talking about her for a second. Okay.
No, it's my birthday.
My.
What was it like? The next sentence talks about the streets were crowded with people, and then they were in,
Streets crowded people.
streets crowded people. All right, they're in a harbor, right?
What about people?
I like that. Crowded people. They're in a harbor.
Crowded peoples.
You know what a
Streets
harbor, you
crowded.
guys know what a harbor is?
Yeah.
Yes.
A harbor is where,
Boats like-
off of the ocean, like if you've ever been to Morro Bay, that's a
No.
harbor. Have you ever been to, where's another one?
Antelope.
Ventura,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've been
Yeah,
to
I've been
Ventura.
any California beaches? Well,
No.
if you bring your boat in, it's like, you
Anywhere.
go to Mexico, you've probably seen one before.
I've gone to Mexico. and
I've been to
Where you
Mexico.
kind of come off of the ocean and it's closer to land and you park your boat and you tie it up.
Oh,
That's
and
a harbor.
there's like
Usually that you'll see a lot of boats lined up.
Yeah.
Sheets, yeah.
cheats.
So they're in this harbor.
Cheat sheet. No.
Yeah, I think we need harbor
Oh, no, it's cheat.
somewhere in here.
I just changed streets.
And then we have, people. We need to talk about characters here. So far we have the place. But who's in the beginning of the story? Who do we hear about?
Paul.
Paul, 10-year-old Paul,
10-year-old would it be 1 year? We can just put 10.
We
10.
can put 1. He's a 1-year-old. No, he's a 0-year-old.
It's a 10-month.
What word would you use to describe him?
You. Oh.
Like,
You just
Among
Paul.
them.
Just
among
Paul.
them happy, but
Just Paul.
From the Bible.
just
Just Paul.
Excited, yeah, excited.
excited. I wonder if he's curious. That was the word I was looking
Curious
for.
George.
Not curious George. Curious
Excited.
Paul,
He's curious, Paul.
right? He's curious. He said he's there because his older brother, Tom, where did I get Tom?
Peter.
Peter told him that he would be seeing something exciting, so he's
Is
like
it
wanting to
second
see
Peter?
it. Huh?
Is he second Peter or first?
I think first. Because
I'm gonna put the word curious. If you have a different adjective, you can put a different one there.
Yes.
I just think that kind of makes sense because he's wanting to see what's gonna
Too
happen.
curious. Too
Right?
curious, yes. Just Paul.
And then who's Paul's brother?
Peter.
Peter, not Tom.
Tom.
That was so weird. Sometimes words come out and I'm like,
Tom
where
Peter.
did that
Peter
come from?
Tom.
First Tom. It's first Tom.
And he's the older brother, right?
No, he's the younger brother.
Older bro. Bro.
Mario, bro. Hey, yo, bro.
Quiet.
And what does he say to Paul?
Watch 3 boats. Watch the 3 boats with tea
I'm
on.
gonna do some eyeballs.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
My SpongeBob eyes.
But they're actually good.
Watch for something exciting. Exciting. I'm putting quotes around that because that's what he says, basically. Watch for something exciting.
Exciting. Time. It's exciting.
Do you guys know about the Sons of Liberty?
Yep.
No.
Tell me about the Sons of Liberty.
I don't know.
It's
Hey,
a
John.
group of people that were rebelling against England.
Oh,
Good.
I was gonna look it up, but I know a little bit about it, but I want to make sure I tell you the right thing.
He's Google for you.
Ah.
Anyway.
It's a secret political organization
Yeah.
in the 13 colonies. This is
Just
before we were a nation
That
that fought against the British taxation and for the rights of colonists. So it's a
Hey, we
secret.
were-
I forgot to mention the
Secret
secret one.
society.
I was
Yeah.
learning
Forgot to
about
mention
that
secret.
today. The
Wait,
colony. And
Liberty, what does the word
actually,
liberty mean? Liberty, freedom. There we go.
Sometimes.
Sons of freedom.
Well, that's, the actual word means freedom,
No,
but
no,
yeah,
no, it's not Sons of Freedom.
Sons of
It's
Liberty.
But
I was
Sons of
asking,
Liberty, it's Fathers of Liberty.
Well, there's the freedom.
No,
No,
it's
it's
not.
fathers of freedom.
No, Sisters of Liberty.
now you're really confusing me. Now,
Stop it.
no. So Peter was part of that. So I'm gonna put his name again, Peter, and then I'm gonna put sons.
I thought his name is Tom.
Stop. I'm putting the whole thing here because it's the name of the group, okay? We're
I'm gonna
count
change
that
his
as one.
name to
Peter,
Tom.
Sons of Liberty.
When I actually write it, it's gonna work.
He's
And
putting Tom.
Shh, okay, okay.
I'm not putting Tom.
I'm also putting that word secret because they were a secret group. They were like, if you've ever heard
Not
of,
that secret, but secret.
and today they have a secret group. This is a bad group, but Antifa, have you heard that word before? Antifa or
I can name other ones.
there's other secret groups that plan.
Freemasons.
Oh, yeah.
Freemasons, yeah,
I
that
know
one's
that
more religious
Yeah.
in nature, but they are political too. So the deeper you get into politics, the more you find out about these
I
secret
don't want
groups.
to.
I don't blame you. Don't do it. Don't do it. I know too much. That's why I can't stop because I know too much.
There's secret things on the dollar bill that you promise you not know about.
Yeah, John can find secret things on our website. Just hand him one.
There's too many secrets in our government.
I know. If you ever looked at a dollar bill closely, it's very interesting.
Remember that?
It was, okay, we can stop there. We don't need a 5. I'm good with that unless you want to put a 5.
I don't.
I'm gonna write
Peter's
no.
name's actually Tom.
All right, so here, okay, shh. we've got the stage set here. We've got the setting and the characters, and now we're moving into the problem. The main problem is now there's kind of a fight, right? There's people that don't like what's going on with the whole tea thing. Yes, Nora.
Everyone's mad at England.
Everybody's mad
They're
at
chasing
England.
people with axes.
Chasing people with axes. All right, so the colonists, those are the good guys, right? The colonists, those are the patriots, right, that are already in America. It does talk about how they refused to buy tea on the ships because England was charging a tax. And you guys know a little bit about taxes, right?
Yeah.
What do we tax here?
Money.
Everything.
Money.
Well,
No.
you
We
use
just
money to
tax-
pay for taxes, but you got tax on your food, right? You got tax on
My water bottle.
everything you buy, your clothes.
I had to pay.
What else do we have
I
to
had
pay
to pay
taxes?
$10 in taxes for my.
There's a
haircut.
death tax.
Death tax.
What? Since when?
If somebody in your family dies, you have to pay a tax for them. The person who dies is like the lucky one, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay.
Get to go to heaven.
I'm gonna pay.
We get to go to.
What
heaven.
else is there? How about on your house? Property tax?
Everything that's with money is taxed. Except if it's unless.
Tax on your gas when you go to the gas station? I mean,
That is.
everything
Tax when I
is taxed. So when you see a price tag that
Yeah,
says $10, it's not really $10.
No, it's just 11 cents.
Or no, it's closer to like $12.
What?
Yes.
Like dollar?
Because it's like, I think it's about 9 cents for every dollar now.
10 cents.
9 cents, I think it's about that for every dollar. So if you have
If
$10,
I could get $10.
that's $11, yeah. But still,
$10.18.
I want them to just put the cost of whatever it is, so I don't have to figure that out in my
Yeah, I
head.
had
Just
to
tell
pay.
me what
I had
it
to
is.
pay $10 in taxes to buy a
I thought it was
haircut.
only 3% of whatever.
And
you buy.
that made it $45.
The only people we haven't really talked about yet are the colonists, so we need to bring them into the scene here. The colonists,
Foreign colonists.
they did not want to do something. What did they not want to do?
Buy tea.
Buy tea, because
They have tax.
No
So-
buy tea, no buy tea.
Because England has.
So
tax.
tea.
maybe, what if we did a dollar sign with a line through it? They didn't want to buy tea.
That
Wait,
looks like money.
they don't even have to buy the tea if they don't want to. If
True, but they
want it.
want, because they
They
want
want
tea.
tea.
They
I'm
have to have their tea
It's
time.
But I
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want tea, I want to have beer time.
Yeah.
Beer.
Non-alcoholic.
I'm gonna put tax because of the tax, right? Or I could put BC. Have you ever seen because written like that
Yes.
before?
Yeah.
It has
You see
one of the thing.
another one, okay.
What is that?
Because I hate tax.
All
We're
right.
saying because, but we're pronouncing English.
Sometimes
And they didn't believe that England had the right to tax them. So
Well, they
how
do.
could we,
They do.
I don't believe
No, but-
California can tax me.
so how could we put that on our outline? You guys have any ideas? The colonists did not believe
Colonists.
England had the right to tax them.
No tax me.
No tax me.
No.
Don't
Or I think the word right,
Come and take my money.
no right tax.
No,
Right?
No. My parents, when they have no money, they're gonna use me as their tax, so they're gonna send me in.
We love you, Ann, but bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That's legal.
No.
We need.
Life of
legal.
tax.
We need
To sell your
We-
kids?
No, to sell, oh.
That's what he's talking about.
Those package.
No, to pay taxes with you, right? Is that what you're saying?
He's worth
Like-
$50, basically.
You're saying it was legal to like package your kids? Is that what you're saying?
What?
Send
Yeah,
them
like
overseas?
No, just they're gonna put me in a giant envelope.
It might have been illegal, but it was wrong. Let's
But
just
you
be
can
clear.
flatten it out. A lot of people. are doing
It might have been legal, but morally very, very wrong, right?
Yes.
Just
We'd
give
never
me
do that.
I need to.
All right.
I need to become black trained.
What about,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
what if they get a poop?
That would be
Bag.
bad. Oh my gosh. that was-
Not-
All right, let's put in,
My mom.
I'm just.
I'm gonna put believe England. And then the word
Believe England was.
right. They didn't have a right, so I'm gonna go like that for right.
No right.
No right to TX. Cause I ran out of word space there.
Right.
Isn't that one of the symbols right with the circle, like the line? Is that?
What do you mean? Yeah, that means no right, like they had no right.
But is it gonna be?
No,
Symbol or
right.
a word?
Yeah, it's a word still,
Yeah,
because we have a
that's
word.
right. The
I
government
see your
tell us
question,
what to
yeah.
do.
That's like a street sign.
It's a word
Do not
symbol.
turn right.
And then we have this governor that comes in, right? The royal governor of Boston would not let the ships sail back.
Because he wants tea, because he needs his tea time.
He needs his tea time, exactly right.
What you done?
So the royal governor of Boston, how are we gonna put that?
Governor, Boston, ships.
Can we do a crown
Ship.
for royal?
They don't have to do taxes, they can make.
Here's my crown. That's a crown.
It is.
No, this is
It's
how
not a
I,
governor, only the crown.
GOV.
that's always how I write my crowns.
Is that the crown governor?
There's a crown
The
governor
royal,
of Boston.
royal governor of Boston.
I'm just gonna write governor.
And then I'm drawing the little ship here. It's tilted. I don't know why. Okay, so no return. And if you guys think of
Oh, you
other
can see
ways.
my
No bye-bye.
You
can
should
do
see my tilted ship.
No.
Look at it.
It's not a ship.
It looks tilted. It's very.
No.
Oh my goodness.
It has, it's a big crown.
The mast fell down on that ship.
No.
This is when it says, he says the king's orders must be obeyed and the tea must be unloaded by December 17th. How are we gonna put that on our outline here?
I don't like.
King,
King,
because he's
And-
order.
should we put it in quotes?
No.
Cause it's the governor that says it,
Yes.
right? King
Order.
ordered. What?
Yeah, she,
That's
My mom-
creepy. I don't like that.
my mom said they're always listening to what you're saying. They're always listening.
Freaks me out. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't like that. It's creepy.
Serial killer.
Don't say her name. Nobody say her name.
Oh,
Say no. No, her name. Don't say her name.
Siri.
No.
Now it's
Okay, all right.
Everybody's fine.
And he says the king ordered.
Tea. We could do.
The king ordered his food off of DoorDash.
Must be unloaded by December 17th.
From DoorDash. Can we write from?
How about T? And since it's unloaded, I'm gonna draw my little crooked ship there and I'm gonna
No, I'm
draw
gonna write a DoorDash car.
an arrow off of the ship. It has to be unloaded December 17th?
Yes.
Yeah, 17.
They're gonna be hunting for treasure.
I don't like treasure.
There we go, there's my DoorDash car.
So here's the conflict, right? Or here's the problem. So we've got the governor, the royal governor of Boston is saying, hey, I've been given orders by a king that we got to get rid of all this tea.
No, that we have to order it from DoorDash.
Now by December 17th, and now it's December 16th, right? So now, or right then, it was December 16th.
It's October 18th, right?
It's
No,
October
21st. What?
I don't have another word for that, so we'll just leave that there like that.
Wait.
All right.
And now. Yeah, that's the end of the sentence.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave the last one for you guys to wrap up by yourself, because we have other stuff we gotta do before you go.
We don't want
Yes,
to go.
you have to write 3 paragraphs, and Miles is the smart one in here, not that you're not smart, everybody's smart, but he's extra smart today because he's already done with his outline. I saw him working back there, so that's pretty good. So, You're gonna wrap it up here as a conclusion. This is how the climax, right? That we're leading up to, okay, there's about to be a lot that breaks out right now, right? Coming through the crowds with axes. Don't twist the story on me, though. It's gotta stick to the same story.
But I want.
And you're gonna wrap it up here on the resolution, okay? So we're gonna, don't close up your book yet. We need to go on to page 67.
I don't like.
About
We're
76.
skipping 66 for a minute.
Yay.
We have,
The book earlier.
we have a new dress up this week on our checklist, and it's the because clause. Yay! It's the easiest one, I think, too.
Oh, wait, no, now I can, actually, no, I can fit it in.
The because clause, I'm reading right here, helps your readers better understand what you write because a because clause explains why. Franklin offered to pay for the tea because he wanted to keep peace.
Who the heck is Franklin?
We didn't talk about Franklin.
Who the heck is Franklin?
I
Is he?
have no
Oh,
idea.
I know who he is. He's the DoorDash driver.
Oh my goodness. The king closed Boston because the Patriots' actions angered him. So think of a spot in your writing in each paragraph to use the word because. You could use it somewhere in here. He was curious because he wanted to see what was going to happen, right?
Can I put it in my, checklist?
It's on your checklist,
I
right?
know, but
I
I'm
wasn't
just-
excited.
Curious.
Don't mark it up.
Already there.
It's
Mark it off after you put it in this
Curious
paragraph, though.
Curious. Curious.
The streets were crowded with people because
Because I wasn't.
They were
curious.
angry.
they knew something was about to happen. Wrath?
Rad.
Notice, it says right here, number one, I'm reading this part on page 67. A because clause begins with the word because.
Wow.
Really? Yeah.
Wow, I did not. know
You're
that.
gonna underline only the word because in the sentence, not the whole clause. Okay, stop, guys. That's enough. Just put your hat down here for a second. Or leave it on your head. Either way, just leave it alone. Because is the only word that you underline in that clause. Okay, and it contains a subject and verb in the clause. You're not going to underline that part, but look here, we have Franklin again, whoever that is. Okay.
Who's Franklin?
Franklin offered to pay for the tea because he wanted to keep peace. There's another
Maybe
example.
Franklin's the king.
Let's jump down here. Could be. I don't really know who Franklin is, honestly. Look down at where it says practice. You're gonna finish these sentences. Look at number one. The colonists did not want the British tea because,
Taxes. They.
not just because taxes.
Because of the taxes.
Because
Which
they
they
need-
did not want to pay.
There we go. Because they did not want to pay the taxes. Go ahead and finish that sentence right there.
Because they hated tax.
Okay. Because they hated taxes, because they didn't want to pay taxes, because they didn't think it was right to pay taxes, any of those would work. So after that word because on number one, finish that sentence.
Which part of that?
This is cool because it's giving you ideas for your own paper too. So you can add these to your own paper.
They did not want to pay taxes, which costs money.
You're gonna know which.
Yes, we can add a which clause.
You can't do because and which in the same,
Yes, you can.
I can't.
too much.
I'm
Nope,
doing it.
no.
I
I
want.
do it.
Because he.
Number two. Peter told Paul to stay at the harbor because
It was something was gonna.
It was cold.
he knew something was gonna happen, not because it was cold, because he knew something was going to happen.
So,
Except for the word going is part of go, and that's a banned word. So when you go to write this, don't use going. He knew something was about to happen. That's another way to say it.
nothing's happening.
Something amazing. Remember The Incredibles? What are you waiting for? Something amazing. Okay.
Yeah, I was,
Oh, yeah.
he thought something might happen.
I don't know.
Something might happen.
I love The Incredibles. That's probably my favorite out of all the Disney movies is The Incredibles.
I like the. They need
I
to
mean,
make
I
a.
really liked it.
Yeah, they do need it.
All right. Turn the page to the next page, style practice,
Oh.
strong verbs.
No,
I
Wow.
love strong.
TWO.
Where's this?
Went back.
Look at this example here. They used a banned word. They used went. So it says the crates of tea went into the ocean. What's another way to say went?
Where does it say
Where
this?
it's
Dropped into the ocean.
Drop.
Wait,
Dropped?
where does it say this?
Fell.
Where does it say?
We are on page 68. You went too far. 68. 67.
Drop.
Dropped.
They travel.
They plunged,
travel.
plunged into the ocean or splashed into the ocean. You're just gonna make a list. You don't have to write the whole sentence. You could just make a list of words to use instead of
Splattered
went.
into the ocean.
Splattered,
Fell.
plummeted, plummeted. That's a pretty good word. You need help spelling that one?
Planet. They plummeted.
It has two M's.
Plummet.
Plummet.
Yes, thank you.
They come in.
Plummeted. That means just like fell. Well, you guys said fell too. That would work.
I already have fell. I have dropped, fell, plummeted.
How did they fall? How did they plummet? I need an L. Now let's make a
Oh.
list of LY words.
Crazily.
Quickly.
Quickly. Now, next to where it says LY
Dangerous.
adverbs, we can add a list there. So quickly. Say it again.
Hardly dropped.
Hardly.
It works, but it doesn't
Hardly
make
is like
sense.
if it kind of didn't exactly. What was it?
Forcefully.
Forcefully. That'd probably work.
Worse.
Forcefully.
Plummeted.
Steadily.
Boring.
No.
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 it's
You don't
boring.
like the teacher's example.
Boring.
No, we don't like
Steadily.
Boring.
Boringly.
Angrily.
No, it angrily fell.
Let's look at the next section that says who, which dress up. Okay, you got some sentences to finish there. Number one, the colonists who blank refused to accept the British tea. The colonists who
Like
Did not pay
DoorDash.
their taxes.
did not want to pay their taxes, refused to accept the British tea. You can put that
Do
there.
not want to, doesn't.
Complained about the taxes.
Don't like money. Don't like money.
Don't like money.
Spending money. Don't like spending money.
I thought that was interesting that the Sons of Liberty dressed up like Indians.
Money.
They weren't really.
No,
Indians.
they dressed up. They dressed up as DoorDash drivers.
Indians are scary, so people dash.
I don't know.
Why
Check
do
on
you like
DoorDash
DoorDash?
today.
What does your shirt say?
It says feeding time.
It's like the modern times Boston Tea Party.
Yeah, DoorDash drivers.
All right, number two, the Sons of Liberty who blank headed toward the ships.
Don't like
Dressed
spending
like
money.
Indians.
Everybody in their way.
They were dressed like Indians.
Okay, who were dressed like Indians.
I'm still.
Don't like.
Do you guys know that word brandishing? Have you heard that before? If you brandish
Yeah.
a
My
weapon,
sword.
you're showing it, right? So they were showing their axes, right? Which was a weapon to them.
No, they didn't.
Brandishing.
They didn't brandish them. They cut through the people.
Anyways, okay.
They cut through the wall. of citizens.
Thumbs up if you got those done. 1 and 2 under who, which clause.
Who don't like
Get those done?
spending,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Who don't like money. Yes.
1 and 2.
1 and 2.
Alright, sounds like.
I know we're going kind of fast here.
Heading toward the.
That-
Now your vocabulary words, the final thing we need to go through. So get out your vocabulary words. Hopefully you already cut them out ahead of time.
Yeah, I think I did.
People.
Cut them out now if you have scissors, but next time cut them out ahead of time.
People.
There's 4 vocabulary words. This is for lesson number 7, so go to lesson 7 in the back.
Should be. in-
Oh, I know where they are.
Why do we need to go to that? I already have it.
If you already have them, that's good.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna have Owen start. Pick one of the vocabulary words and you know the drill. Tell us the word, tell us the definition, and then use it in the sentence on the back.
Cunningly.
Cunningly. Anybody? Oh, thank you, Ellie.
I would like to use.
Cunningly.
Wow.
Cunningly is the word. Everybody listen.
Cleverly or slyly. The Patriots cunningly made plans to toss the.
Nice. Cunningly made plans. So that's a good example. If you want to use that in your, by the way, some of you forgot to do that. We need to make sure to use all 4 vocabulary words in throughout your paper, not in each
Oh.
paragraph, but just 4 words somewhere in your paper. Some of you forgot that.
Oh,
okay?
I thought it was just 3, just 3 of them.
No, all 4.
Oh, nobody told me.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not-
All 4. Where's my marker? Here. So if you use the word cunningly, Right after that, you're gonna put VOC in parentheses, all lowercase. In your paper, you guys understand that? So I do want you to use all 4 words throughout, it can be in any paragraph. Just 4. And Miles, go ahead and pick a different word and do the same thing,
Venture.
okay?
To boldly go somewhere or do something risky.
Okay,
The Indians venture onto the boat, onto the ships.
okay, good, and it gives you an ED because just past tense, so ventured. It sounds like adventure, right? You go on an adventure, but when you venture, you're actually going,
It's an adventure.
you're going on an adventure,
Adventure
venturing.
I also have a question.
Yes.
So do you, for like cunningly, do you have to use an ly?
You can use that as your ly in the paragraph. Is that your question?
No, I
Oh.
was asking, like, do you have to have it ly?
Oh, I see. Could you use like cunning?
Yeah.
I think it needs to have ly. Yeah,
It
just
makes
like
more
it says,
sense.
yeah.
Oh, then I didn't.
Somebody else give me another word. Ether,
Squandered.
squander.
The sons of liberty were not afraid to squander the queen's city.
Oh yeah, they definitely squandered it.
Thought they cut
They
it.
wasted it, because when it goes into the ocean, it's done. It's a waste completely.
Look at this
I
guy
love
squandering it.
Who wants to do waiver? Okay, Ellie?
If to get certain or unsteady to smooth back or to smooth back and forth.
Okay,
The settlers would not waver in their decision to protest taxation.
good. Okay, so waiver is like, you're like, yes and no, I don't know. do I
No,
wanna
it's not
do,
that
do I
great.
not?
Okay, we're gonna break the crates.
So they did not do that, right? They knew exactly what they wanted, and they weren't
wanted
gonna
to
stop.
And they got it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they did not waver. Check the checklist super quick for me on page 69. Some of you already put away your books. I didn't say we do that yet.
Oh, I wrote a reminder, 4.
Okay, go in here and see.
Everything on top under structure is the same, basically, so you're still gonna use the MLA format. If you're writing, handwriting, that's okay, you can keep doing that. But start practicing typing.
Oh, no.
John.
I
Sooner,
can
sooner.
type perfectly, but. I
But
don't
like this.
And make sure, by the way, side note, make sure you guys read your paper to somebody, or if nobody's around and everybody's busy doing something, at least read it out loud.
I read it
Okay?
to my dog.
I read
To
it
your
to my, I
dog.
read it to my.
I read it to myself, not out loud.
You have to read it out loud. I noticed that on yours because you forgot a couple words in there. Uh-huh. Because you gotta, because you have to read it out loud for your brain to catch it. Your brain is so smart. If you forget a word and you read it inside your head, your brain will tell you it's there, even if it's not. It's true. But when you read it out loud, then you're forced to look at every word.
Oh, wait.
And then you'll go, oh, I forgot the word of or the. Usually it's a silly word, like a little word that you forget.
Or maybe I can have Nora read it to me.
That's good.
You just pointed out that's
No.
wrong.
You still have to fix it. The dress ups. Look under style. We have 4. ly, who, which, strong verb, and because. And then everything else is pretty much the same, and it does say to use the vocabulary. It says to put it in the left margin. A couple of you did that on your document. Put it right, that's the way I want it, right after the word, put VOC. That's the way I like it. Then you don't have to worry about the margin and stuff like that. Okay? Any questions about the homework?
No.
You're gonna finish Roman numeral 3 and then write those 3 paragraphs. That's it.
Yay!
Good job.
It's finally.
Nice job.
I wasn't that bad. But it feels weird not having Rebecca here.